Mike Tyson earned $400 million, and it wasn't a bad investment that wiped him out. It wasn't one stupid bet or a crooked accountant or a market crash. It was a monthly bill, a bill he forgot to cancel. The same math is running on your bank account right now. Not the amounts, the direction. 5 of the most famous people alive made the exact same mistake, and not one of them saw it coming, because it never felt like a mistake. It felt like living well. How do you spend $400 million? Sit with that for a second. Because across his career, Mike Tyson earned around $400 million. Not what he was worth, what came in. Purses, pay-per-views, the biggest paydays boxing had ever seen. And in 2003, he filed for bankruptcy. Chapter 11. Around $23 million in debt. So everyone asks the wrong question. They ask how you spend it, cars, jewelry, parties. But spending is a one-time event. You buy the car once. The thing that drained Tyson wasn't what he bought. It was what he had to keep paying for, every month, forever. Mansions with full-time staff, an entourage on the payroll, and famously, 3 Bengal tigers. Not as a punchline, as a line item. Because a tiger is a subscription. Reportedly, it cost him around $200,000 a year just to feed them, plus another $125,000 for a trainer. Call it $325,000 a year to keep animals he already owned. He forgot to cancel his tigers. Now here's the mechanism, and it is simple. When your monthly cost climbs to match your peak income, you are not rich. You are break even, just at a very high altitude. Picture 2 bars, money in, money out. At the top of his career, roughly the same size. He was making a fortune and spending a fortune, and it looked exactly like winning. Then the fights stop, income collapses, but the outflow bar barely moves. Upkeep is sticky. The mansions still cost. The staff still gets paid. The tigers still eat. And that gap right there between the bar that fell and the bar that didn't, that is the drain from the start of this video. A monthly bill running long after the money that paid for it walked out the door. This trap has a name, burn rate. Not how much you have, how fast it leaves. Remember the phrase, because you are about to watch it kill 4 more fortunes in a row. And the next man had something Tyson never did, a machine that printed money every single month. He lost it faster anyway, because he did the one thing Tyson never did. He put the entourage on salary. Meet Hammer, 1991, 1 year, around $33 million earned, the biggest act in music. And if Tyson forgot to cancel his tigers, Hammer put 200 people on a subscription. That is not an exaggeration. A reported entourage of around 200 people. And reportedly, it cost him about $500,000 a month. Watch the math. $500,000 a month times 12, $6 million a year. In payroll, alone. Before the mansion, before the jets, before the helicopters and the racehorses, $6 million a year against a $33 million year. Roughly 18% of his best income ever, gone, before he buys a single other thing. That is the trap. The number does not care that he was rich. It only needs to keep running. Then there's the house. He bought a mansion for around $12 million. And here's the part everyone gets backwards. Buying it was the cheap part. It happened once. Staffing it, heating it, maintaining a mansion of that size, that is forever. He reportedly poured millions more into it on top. The purchase was never the trap. The upkeep was the trap. You can already feel the shape because it is the exact same shape as Tyson. The income was a spike, one enormous album cycle, but the costs became a plateau, a flat, high line that just kept billing. And when the next record did not hit the way the last one did, the spike came down and the plateau ate him alive. In 1996, he filed Chapter 11, around $13 million in debt. Tyson forgot to cancel his tigers. Hammer put 200 people on a subscription, different bills, identical disease. And you want to know the scary part? The next man never went bankrupt at all. He was an Oscar winner, and he still watched $150 million evaporate on castles and a dinosaur. Nicolas Cage. At his peak, he earned around $150 million. And I need you to hold 2 facts at the same time because they feel like they contradict each other. He spent it in some of the most spectacular ways a human being ever has. And he never went bankrupt, not once. So why is he in a video about people who lost everything? Stay with me, because this is the twist that changes the whole thing. First, the spending. 2 castles in Europe, a private island in the Bahamas, a fleet of cars and yachts, and, my favorite, a dinosaur skull, a real one. $276,000 for a Tyrannosaurus skull. that he later had to return to Mongolia because it turned out to have been stolen out of the Gobi Desert. He did not know that when he bought it. But that is the level we are at here. And every one of those trophies is a bill in disguise, a castle, an island, a yacht sitting in the water. They all quietly charge you every month just for owning them. But here's the one that actually did the damage, the tax man. The IRS filed a lien against him, reportedly around $6.2 million in back taxes to start, and the total reportedly climbed toward $14 million as it compounded. That is what taxes on a giant income do. They are the ultimate bill you forgot to cancel. The money comes in, the obligation stacks up behind it, and if you keep spending like it is not there, it just grows. Watch it stack. Lifestyle bar. Now the tax bar, right on top. Same trap, second layer. And here's the part I need you to hear. Cage never went bankrupt. He did not file. He sold assets, took every role he could get, and worked his way out, all the way to debt-free. So why include him? Because the trap does not require a courtroom. It just requires your outflow to outrun your inflow. Cage proves the disease is the burn rate, not the bankruptcy. A boxer, a rapper, and an Oscar winner. 3 different worlds, one identical spreadsheet. And at least you have heard of all 3. The next man made more money in the NBA than Cage made in Hollywood. And most of you have no idea who he is. Because he went from $108 million to broke in about 2 years. His name is Antoine Walker. And the fact that you probably do not know it is not a gap in the story. It is the story. Over 12 NBA seasons, he earned around $108 million, 107.7 to be exact. And in 2010, he filed for bankruptcy, listing around $12.7 million in debts against around $4.3 million in assets. You did not know his name. That is the point. Because if this only happened to people you have heard of, you could tell yourself it is a celebrity problem. It is not. And here's what makes Walker different. He figured out exactly what happened to him, and he says it out loud. He has said that athletes compete themselves into bankruptcy. It was not just his own lifestyle draining the account. It was funding a circle, family, friends, and entourage, all of it a recurring monthly obligation. Everyone keeping up with everyone. And then there was the real estate. He reportedly lost around $18 million in property when the market crashed in 2008. Notice something about that real estate because it is the sharpest version of the whole lesson. Those were supposed to be his investments, the smart money, but they were leveraged. They came with mortgages. So when the crash hit, they did not just quietly lose value. They kept demanding a payment every single month, while they were worth less than he owed on them. Even his savings had a burn rate. Now, look at the speed. Retired 2008, bankrupt 2010. Income drops to 0 right here. But the outflow keeps running flat. The entourage, the mortgages, the lifestyle, all of it still billing. 2 years from top to bottom. Relative to the size of the fortune, that is the fastest drain in the whole video. And then he did the thing almost nobody on this list did. He rebuilt himself as a financial educator. The man who competed himself broke now teaches other athletes how not to, which is exactly where this video turns, from autopsy to cure. Because the last man on the list is the strangest case of all. By every account, he is still getting paid right now from a deal he signed decades ago. And he still nearly lost everything. This name, you know, Allen Iverson. Over his career, he earned around $200 million, salary and endorsements combined. And by the early 2010s, it was reported that he had spent nearly all of it, reportedly near broke, despite $200 million. Get one thing straight, because the internet gets it wrong. Iverson did not file for bankruptcy. That is a story people repeat that was never verified. What is reported, from his own divorce proceedings, is that the spending had reached the point where the money was effectively gone. The classic burn rate, the entourage, the lifestyle, running flat out while the paycheck slowed down. Same trap as the other 4. Except something stopped it, and this is the twist that turns the whole video around. Years earlier, Reebok reportedly did not just hand Iverson his endorsement money. They structured part of it so he could not spend it, reportedly around $800,000 a year for life, plus a lump sum reported at around $32 million that he could not touch until he turned 55, a floor he was not allowed to burn through, no matter how hard he tried. Reportedly, around half of that trust went to his ex-wife in the divorce, so his own share is smaller, reported closer to $16 million. But sit with what it means. The one thing that saved Allen Iverson was money he was forbidden to spend. And that is the answer this entire video has been walking toward. Every man before him had unlimited access to his own fortune, and everyone drained it. Iverson had a floor, a hard line the outflow bar physically could not drop below, 4 bars that fell all the way to the ground, and one that hit a floor and stopped. Here's the part that is actually about you. You are never going to sign a Reebok deal, but you can build your own version of that floor, the account you pay first before the lifestyle gets its hands on the raise, the automatic transfer that leaves before you can feel it, the locked number your future self is not allowed to touch. Iverson's trust is just that idea with famous numbers attached. He is the only man on this list who beat the trap, and he beat it because someone else built him a wall. So let's line them up one last time. Tyson, Hammer, Cage, Walker, Iverson. 400 million, 33 million, 150, 108, 200. 5 separate fortunes, 5 separate lives, not one shared pile. But underneath every one of them, the exact same mistake. A monthly bill that grew every single time they got a raise and never once got smaller. But be honest about how it ended, because it did not end the same for all 5. 3 of them lost it all. Tyson, Hammer, Walker, all the way to bankruptcy. One of them, Cage, spent like a madman and clawed his way back out. And one of them, Iverson, was saved, but only because someone stopped them from spending it. Same trap. 5 men, 3 ruined, 1 recovered, 1 rescued. 1 lesson. And here's the only number that ever actually mattered. In every single one of these stories, it was never how much came in. 400 million was not the problem. It was how much they let leave. That is the trap. Not bad luck, not one bad bet, burn rate. And the same math is running on your account tonight. The only question, the only one, is which direction it points. So what are the 3 things quietly draining your account the most? I break all 3 money leaks down in this next video. Go watch it.